from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So, Scorpio, in today's reading, I am going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards. Going to do your reading and then clarify it. So, let us get started. If you're interested in a personal reading, don't forget to email me or comment on the link on the video and I will get back to you. All right, so let's get started. Hope you guys are having a happy new year. See what is going on for you guys. All right, so, whew, all right, this is for Scorpio for their highest good. This is for Scorpio for their highest good. Oh, my card. Wow, okay. So you have valiant courage. Take action with passion. Yes, definitely. So whatever it is that you're trying to create or you're trying to do, it's time to gather your confidence, your courage to go out there and do it. Like really start doing what you need to do. Really, stop hesitating and start thinking about the projects that you want to put out there, that you want to create, that you want to do something different. It's time to do it, you guys. Time. And then you have surrendering to the journey, release control. So instead of like holding on to things, or the past or not wanting to go with the change, I feel like you need to just let everything come in and just go with the flow. I feel like you need to just go with it, and we may not like to change or we may try to control like it coming in, but they're asking you to just like release everything and just go with the flow. Let everything come in. Stop worrying about what the future is going to hold. Stop worrying about what the past is going to hold. Just let it come in, you guys. Let it come in. So, wow. Okay. Release control, you guys. All right. So, Scorpio, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Scorpio. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. One for the current, for Scorpio for the highest good spirit. For the situation, for the past or now, for what's hidden, for the hopes and the fears, what you need to do now, what you need to work on. And the outcome. What is the outcome here? Wow, judgment. All right, so at the end of the tarot deck, you did get the Four of Pentacles. Everybody has been getting this, okay? So like I said, release that control, go with the changes that are going to come in, okay? Stop being so stubborn and holding on to the past or holding on to everything that, you don't want to change. Just go with it. Let it come in, you guys. There is a new path here. You're ready for the new instead of the old. You want something new. You want it to come in. You want the change to come in. Even though it's hard, I feel like you're very stubborn. You hold on to a lot of the past and you need to try to release that. Okay. All right, here we go. So, so you start off with the Queen of Cups. I feel with the Queen of Cups that you really need to start nurturing yourself. You need to really open your heart, really be very loving, very compassionate, and very forgiving also. And it doesn't mean that you have to forgive everybody that has done you wrong, but you have to just like have that compassion, really have that compassion for everybody. You don't have to go and, have them apologize to you or you apologize to them. It's just a matter of opening your heart. Like not everybody is that person, okay, that has done you wrong. Feel like you really need to have some self-care to trust your intuition also. With the Two of Swords here, I feel like you are definitely trying to make a decision, trying to contemplate what to do next. I feel like you need to be very objective, to be open-minded about everything that's going on. I also feel like you need to go within and reflect. You do have the Hierophant here, and the Hierophant is talking about that, in the past or now that I feel like with the Hierophant here, I feel like, you really are definitely searching for some kind of answers. Or you have been looking for answers. You've also been looking at, a spiritual side of this journey that you're on, also about religion, morals and values and what they mean is here also. You do have the Page of Pentacles up here for what's hidden. The Page of Pentacles is talking about that, you know, you're wanting to learn something new, you know, you're curious about it. There's opportunities, there's messages here also for you that are trying to come in. You have the King of Pentacles down here, and the King of Pentacles is definitely talking about, you know, being very focused. You know, I feel like you're really wanting that success, you know, but you need to also start focusing on things, because when the King of Pentacles shows up, you know, he's an entrepreneur. He already knows what he needs to do. And you know what you need to do also. But, you know, I feel like you want to establish yourself. You want to create that stability. I also feel like, you know, you want that wealth. But there's decisions that you're going to have to make very soon. And there's definitely here, I feel like there is definitely here, definitely success is here. But we'll see what the other cards say. You do have the Chariot for what you need to do now, and that's moving forward. You know, stop trying to be in the same place. Stop trying to, you know, not go with the changes, even though you know that things need to be changed. Stop trying to prevent it. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you could be wanting to move also, like your space has already, you've already outgrown your home, your space, and you're wanting to move somewhere different. And they're asking you to organize, to clear your space also. And I feel like there's a lot of traveling here. I feel like there is success here. My goodness. And I feel like there's a lot of moving forward. You do have the Temperance card for what you need to work on. And I feel like with the Temperance card that need to be calm. You need to be have patience. I feel like you're definitely on the right path, but that there are things that you still need to change. You know, as far as you know, your mind and your emotions, because I feel like you need to balance that out, and how you're thinking, how you're sleeping, how you're eating, stuff like that. I feel like you need to really like balance all that in order to keep going forward. And then you have the Judgment card, and the Judgment is definitely here for the outcome, and it's saying that there's a lot of changes here. You know, you are not the same person that you were, you know, 8 months ago. You know, you have definitely been through a lot, and you have changed a lot also. And you have to try to go with all these changes that are coming through. You know, you're no longer doing the same thing over and over and over. You're not, your patterns have changed a lot. Wow. All right. So let's see what's going on. Scorpio, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is for Scorpio. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Just do this one more time. Why is the Queen of Cups here for Scorpio? Wow. Okay. So with the Queen of Cups, you definitely have the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and you also have the Three of Cups here. So it's really nice. I feel like you're in your feelings a lot, though. You are definitely thinking a lot about everything that's been going on. You know, with the Queen of Cups here, I do feel like you need to start setting boundaries around you. I still feel like, you know, like really set limits to where, you know, you're not going to be like, not everybody, you're not going to be doing everything for everybody. I feel like you need to really trust your intuition and nurture yourself. I feel like also too that, you know, you feel a lot. You've been feeling a lot. You've been in your feelings a lot. They're asking you to have compassion and forgiveness here. That you're very supported by a lot of people with the Three of Cups here. There's celebration here also. Good times are coming in, which is very nice. But you have a good support system with you, for you to know that. With the Nine of Cups here, I do feel with the Nine of Cups that you need for you to have gratitude for everything. You know, big and small. You know, little, tiny, whatever it is, you know, really have gratitude for everything that's going on in your life. Okay. Don't take it for granted. Have contentment also. I feel like you're accomplishing a lot of things, and I feel like you really need to step back and see all your accomplishments too, in order for you to have that to be grateful for everything. you know, that you really don't stop and take a look at everything that you have done. And you really need to, Scorpio, because you've come a long way. Wow. I also feel like there could be some kind of wish fulfillment coming through for you also. You have the Two of Swords here for the situation. And why is the Two of Swords here? Wow. So, you know, the Two of Swords is here. You're definitely making some kind of decision. Really take that blindfold off and be objective. Really see things for what they are. Okay. They're also asking you to reflect on things, you know, before you go and make these decisions. Really clear your mind. I feel like justice is here, that you don't need to be doing anything, you know, because justice is here. You know, things are going to balance out for you. There is fairness here, even if you think that there's not, there is. I feel like things are going to balance out for you. I feel like you need to speak your truth and hear the truth, even though you don't like it. You need to see it, okay? Because I do feel like there's something here about that also. With the Queen of Wands here, the Queen of Wands is asking you to be, to really be assertive, you know, to not let anything steal your light, to be positive in everything, to stop caring so much about what everybody else thinks and does, you know, because it doesn't matter. What you do is what you do. I feel like also too that you're wanting to learn something new, and you could be learning as you go while you're watching, you know, stuff like that. I feel like you're very curious. But like I said, you know, don't let, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks or does. You know, you do for you, yourself, Scorpio. You do have the Hierophant here, and the Hierophant, like I said, you know, you're wanting to know some answers. You're looking at religion, values, morals, stuff like that. I also feel like there could be a spiritual journey for some of you guys, that you are seeking those answers here. And I feel like there could be some kind of teacher coming through in your life soon, very soon, to teach you what you need, you know. Wow. And then you have the Page of Pentacles up here. And why is the Page of Pentacles here for Scorpio? One more card. Okay. Wow. So you came into your own card here. So you came into your own reading with the Death card. Hold on, you guys. Let me just check if I have any packages here. No, I don't. Okay. So, so you do have the Page of Pentacles. And like I said, you know, you could be wanting to learn something new, or you're going to learn something new. Something about here is learning as you go. There's messages here for you. There's even financial opportunities for you also. I feel like you need to put your creative ideas out there, or put your creative energy into something that you're going to enjoy also. Maybe something long-term that you want to create, that you want to do. You have the Death card here, and the Death card is definitely talking about changes, that endings and changes that have been coming through in your life. You know, maybe there's been a lot of things that have changed, and it's like, wow, I can't believe that this happened, and I can't believe that that happened, you know, but it has happened. So they're trying to tell you that, you know, things are not the same anymore. You know, you have changed and things have changed. You also have the Queen of Cups again. So the Queen of Cups is definitely asking you to nurture yourself, to take care of yourself more, giving yourself that self-love, self-care, and to trust your intuition when you're doing things. You also have the Four of Cups here. The Four of Cups is talking about, you know, at times, you know, you seem very disconnected. You know, maybe you're not seeing a lot of these endings or these changes, you know, because maybe you don't want to see them. But there's something here about, you know, you not looking at the opportunities or looking at everything that's going on in your life. And sometimes you're very disconnected from it, and they're asking you to really try to go within and try to use your intuition and try to get grounded and try to clear your energy with the things that are going on, you know, because there are opportunities coming through for you, but you're just not looking enough. You're not focusing enough to see them. Wow. You also have the King of Pentacles down here. And why is the King of Pentacles here? Wow. One more card. So you have the King of Pentacles here. The King of Pentacles is definitely talking about success, wanting that stability, that, strong foundation. But you also need to remember who you are. You're very successful. You know how to create things and make things happen. And there are times when you really, really, truly forget. And I feel like you've been very successful, and I feel like you're going to continue to be very successful. But you need to remember there's a lot of things that are going on in your life right now that you're not really paying attention to. And you really need to shift that energy that's going on in your life right now. You do have the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is definitely saying that there was endings here. They could have been painful. There could have been, whatever it was, painful, shocking, whatever. There is endings here, but that, there's going to be a lot of things that you're not doing anymore. Like you're not going to be overly giving yourself anymore. You're not going to be people pleasing anymore. You're not going to be like just giving. Things are going to change for you, because things have changed for you, because there's the Ten of Swords, there's the Death card, and you also have the Judgment card. You yourself, Scorpio, are no longer the same person. So just know that. You have the Chariot card here. And why is the Chariot here? For Scorpio. One more card. Yeah, see, there's endings here. There's a lot of endings here. Definitely. You have the Chariot card here, and they're asking you to really start taking control of everything that's been going on in your life. There's traveling here also for some of you guys, and there's also moving. I feel like there's times that you do want to move. That your space is not, it's like you've outgrown your space, and they're saying that you could be moving. You do have the Three of Swords here, and the Three of Swords is talking about, being very emotional, of course, because there's been a lot of endings and changes in your life, that you didn't want to happen, that you don't want, to move with, but things have had to happen. Things had to happen that way in order for you to move forward. And there is a lot of painful things going on in your life. You do have the Two of Cups here, and the Two of Cups is talking about a decision that you're definitely contemplating. I also feel like there could be some kind of maybe some kind of offer that didn't come in, that you wanted to come in, that you wanted it to come in, but it didn't come in. I feel like you've been down about it, but they're asking you to just keep going, to trust yourself, to find balance in the way you're feeling, okay? Because there are going to be more opportunities around you with this Two of Cups here, okay? Just try to keep your emotions very balanced. You have the Temperance card here. And why is the Temperance card here? One more card. Wow. So definitely they want you to be calm. You have the Temperance card here, and you're definitely divinely guided. And it does show here that you are, you are definitely very guided by the divine. They want you to have a peace of mind, though. Like, try to balance yourself, like your emotions, the way you're doing things. Try to keep them balanced. Like, eating better, sleeping better, thinking positive, being calm in situations, being patient in situations. Because there's a lot here that you're going through, Scorpio. There is a new path here for you also, and you are definitely on the right path. But you need to be cautious about everything before you start moving forward and plunging into things, like more like rushing into everything. Like, try to be careful on how you're doing things. Really don't just jump in there. Really be cautious about everything that's going on. Okay, take your time with things, because things are going to be moving very fast, and you are definitely moving forward. There is unexpected messages here, unexpected change coming through also. So just know that. Then you have the Judgment for the outcome. And why is the Judgment here? One more card. Wow. So it's a Judgment and the Hierophant together. I feel like, things have changed a lot for you. For a lot of you guys, you could be going on a spiritual journey. But I feel like you have changed because you've seen a lot. There's a lot of truth. There was a lot of things that have happened in your life. And now things are changing. You know, you have changed and you're no longer that person that used to do everything for everybody or used to take a lot. You're not that person anymore. You have changed because right now all you want to do is be happy. And I feel like you will be, you know, because this is your outcome right here. When you get the this card, the 10 of Cups, you know, it really says a lot. It says that, you know, you're moving towards happiness, that you're not going to take a lot of the stuff anymore like you used to. Things have changed a lot for you. It's almost as if you're awake now, looking at things, you know, taking action on things, doing things better than the way that you used to do them, you know. So it's very nice, very, very nice. They're also asking you to like, that if you're in a religious person, you know, to really, you know, pray about it, like talk to God about it and whatever it is that you're trying to do. Because if you don't want to talk to anybody, He's there to listen. Wow, that is beautiful. All right, so Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. God bless.